How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a race review. So I'm going to be reviewing and commentating my best race I've ever had. So this race was from last year. It was the 2019 Victorian All Schools Championships, 3,000 meters. I didn't win, didn't even get a medal, but I came fourth, and I stuck to the plan that I had coming into the race and just ran it tactically how I wanted to. And don't think that there was too much that I did wrong in the race, so it was definitely the best race I've ever had. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
From a box hill, Izak Bibile. Looks like Bibile leading.
But hats off to Bibile, it's been a great run.
In sixth from Victoria, Izak Bibile. A few of the other athletes starting to come into the picture there. Izak Bibile from Victoria in front of the back of Bibile there.
Izak Bibile, the one that's going to be the difference. Izak Bibile of Box Hill, the Ellinghouse crew.
So coming into the race, I was pretty nervous. It was an absolutely stacked field. We had Jaden Padgham, the national 3,000 metre champion, Kane Marrett, the national silver medalist, Alexander Angus, the national bronze medalist. We also had Ben Mornane, who was in the final in that Nationals 3K. I was in the final in the Nationals 3K. We had Joel Bell and Matt Venner, who had both made the final for the steeplechase, and Matt Venner actually won a bronze medal in the Nationals 1,500 meters. So the field was crazy strong, but I was pretty confident that I could have a good race. And I was pretty nervous though, and the nerves got the better of me here. I actually had a bit of a false start the first time around, so had to reset, and then second time around we got away cleanly. Alright, so here we are at the start of the race. Gun goes off. Got out to a pretty good start. I went out a bit hard, made sure I got to the front and got out of all the trouble. I remember Tommy and Doug were about 50 meters down the bend and they were just telling me to slow down and just relax, and as you can see, Kane going out pretty hard there at the front. So the plan was to just go out at a good pace and make sure that I was near the leaders, but I knew that they were kind of going to go out hard, so I didn't want to go right with them, and I wanted to try and run a pretty even race and try to catch them in that second K once they started to slow down a bit. So yeah, we were pretty quick through that first 200 meters. So yeah, I'm just happily sitting in fifth behind Ben Mornane there, just getting a bit of wind coverage. Wasn't the best weekend. We had the 1500 the week before, and that was absolutely terrible conditions. We actually had to get off the track like 5 minutes before the race because the weather was that bad. There was just stuff blowing everywhere. So yeah, wind was, you can hear it a bit on the microphone on the live stream, but it wasn't too bad. So yeah, I think it was like a 68 or 69 first lap, so we were pretty quick, but yeah, just settled in and I made sure that I wasn't going too hard, so I was feeling pretty good, and I was just happy sitting in fifth. I wasn't too worried that they were ahead of me, because I knew that, you know, they were going to come back to me eventually. So one thing I probably could have done better was probably just stay with Ben, instead of just being on my own in that open, you know, copping a bit of the wind and just being on my own. So I probably should have just pushed up with him. It wouldn't have really made too much of a difference. It's only like 2-3 meters, so I probably wouldn't have taken that much energy out, but I did end up running a pretty even split race, so probably could have just gone with him a bit maybe, but they were moving along at the front, and yeah, I wasn't too far off.
Got them ice caps polar, another fallen soldier, hit him with that smolder, you move me like a boulder, you move me like a boulder.
So I went through 800 in about 2:25, I think, so just off 3-minute K pace, so going pretty quick, pretty decent pace early on in the season, so I don't think anyone was really thinking about sub 9 at that point, so we're definitely going at a pretty good pace.
Shout out to the listener, I'm a bit insecure, but I'm on a mission here. Yeah, I'm searching for my best life, waiting for some long nights, catch me having good times, waiting on that sunshine, I'm waiting on that sunshine. This one about some cryptic shit, yeah.
So yeah, I went through in 3:04 for the 1K, so pretty honest. I ended up running 9:21, so the second K did drop, but not as much as it did for the leaders. So yeah, you can see me there just jump onto the back of Ben, and with a good train of 5 just rolling along there.
Shout out to the listener, I'm a bit insecure, but I'm my best life, waiting for some long nights, catch me having good times. I wish I could be seeing more, wish I could be reaching more. Life's full of rainy days, I don't get why people hate, no.
So one thing I noticed about this that I could have improved was probably my form in this race. It was pretty terrible. Like, look at Kane was definitely working at the front, but Jaden and Alex were just so chill in second and third, and even Ben. And yeah, my arms just weren't really getting up. So I was comfortable, but I probably wasn't running too efficiently. And probably could have just used the arms a bit more, as you can see there. Not really getting up too high and just going across the body. And yeah, again, just losing a bit of contact and probably having to surge back up to them later on would have lost a bit of energy. So I probably would have been better off just sitting on and staying on instead of keep losing contact. So you can see there me just pushing back up onto Ben, just surging up a bit, kind of gradually just trying to get back up onto his heels.
Never let me go, but you never let me in. What I gotta do with you, I never win. Always show 'em how, never back down, never show down, never throw down, go pound for pound, it will go down, hit the ground running yet to be crowned.
So yeah, I was coming into this race really wanting to win it, try and win a medal, and at this point I was just, I knew that the rest of the field wasn't really in the race. We had a good enough gap on them, so I knew that it was going to be a race in 5, and I knew I just had to stay on the back of the pack and try and be there at the bell, because I knew that I had a pretty good kick, but I also knew that Jaden has a crazy good kick as well, and Alexander's got 1500, 800 kind of speed, so I knew they'd be tough to beat, but I knew that if I could just try and be there in the last lap, then I would definitely be have a good chance at taking them down. But then again here, you can just see kind of me losing contact again, so that was probably the problem with this race. I ran it, really well, but there's always going to be things that you can improve on, and for me in this race was definitely that I probably should have just stayed on the back of them and not kept getting dropped off and then having to use energy to surge back onto them.
But I'm trying to add gold, outgrow the old ways, bring forth the new age, flip over new page, elevate the stage.
Yeah, he's looking alright. Just needs to make sure that he sticks on. I reckon he's on for a big last K. I'm going to call it right here.
So 6:17 through 2K, so I had a 3:13, so 3:04 and then 3:13, which wasn't great, but yeah, it wasn't great, but it wasn't too, uneven, and I was still with the pack, and I was racing to win really, not to run a fast time. So as you can see there again, the head's just going down, the form's not great, but probably could have just got the arms going a bit higher and pumping a bit more, but good stride length, still looking pretty calm. So you can see just slowed down a bit there, and we all kind of bunch up a bit, and I moved onto the outside there, as so does Ben. You can see everyone was just getting a bit impatient, just ready to move in. Jaden right on Kane's shoulder, just looking ready to make a move, and then yeah, Ben just moving up onto Alexander's shoulder there too. See Sam Lindsay there just trying to reel us in, back in 6th on his own. So yeah, 600 to go. I just remember passing some people, on the bend, and you can see Tom and Doug there.
600 to go.
Needs to move up now.
No, he doesn't, mate. He just needs to sit there till 200 out.
Yeah, listen to this national beast. Won it yesterday, 200 out, sitting on it. So take the words from him, not me.
They were filming for me, and they were cheering for me. They were going crazy. They were just telling me to just stick on them and keep going and just get ready for a big last lap. And I think just like I was, they were pretty confident that I could have a big final lap. And you can see here, I'm probably just not in a great spot. I probably should have moved up on this straight, use the straight instead of having to make moves on the bends, but a getter, but I probably could have just moved to the outside a bit. Tried to go around Kane. I probably should have gone around Kane there, because you can see there Alexander and Jaden just make a bit of a move and get away, and then so does Ben. And then see here I have to go around Kane on the bend to go with them. So just like that, lose a bit of ground. Probably should have gone with them. And yeah, so along the back straight, I wasn't going flat out, but you can see Jaden just absolutely destroy us all here, just kick away. And in the 1500, this is kind of what happened in our race. Ben kind of kicked away down the back straight, and then I caught him in the last 100. So I was kind of hoping that would happen again here, and I was just like trying to stay within striking range of him in that last 100. But as you can see, I just let a gap, too big of a gap form, and couldn't get to him in the end. And Jaden just easily pulling away with the win, and Alexander comfortable second, and then Ben in the end pretty comfortable third. And I couldn't really get too close to him, so wasn't the result I was hoping for, but you know, it was probably one of the best races definitely the best race I've run. Even my nationals race probably I probably wasn't really aggressive in that, probably didn't run it to win, but this one I just, you know, threw everything out there, and you know, I was just cooked in that last lap trying to fight for that medal. But there are always going to be things that you wish you had done differently, but I think that's probably one of the best, but I think that's the best race I've ever had. Definitely can learn from it. So yeah, I guess next time if someone makes a move down the back straight, I'll just have to go with them. And you know, you just gotta go and just stick with the pack, and you can't, you know, just sometimes you can be too patient in races, and if you just wait for too long, then the opportunity's already gone. So I definitely could have done things better, but that was probably you know, near perfect race really. Just a couple of things could have done differently, but you know, race to the plan that I had coming into the race, and you know, I stuck to that and stuck to the goal of trying to win a medal. I stayed competitive the whole way, and I was just, you know, I was in with the leaders for the whole thing right up until the last, you know, 400 meters. And you know, it's a shame that I didn't have that kick to go with them. And you know, not every race is gonna, you know, just be amazing and go to plan. You're always gonna have a couple ones where you wish you did things differently. So I guess that was this one, but at the same time it was the best race I've ever had, because I was so competitive, and definitely learned a lot from it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a thumbs up as well if you like the video. So yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll catch you next Friday, hopefully for a workout video. So no promises there, but hopefully we can get a workout video in. So yeah, cheers for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
Boys, let's go show this video some love. If I don't see enough love, this thing's gonna be going. It's going, gone.
It's out of there, Barry Bonds.
So yeah, you know
the deal.
Y'all better hit that like, subscribe. If not,
fine tonight.